Hi everybody, my name is Missy, and in this video I'm going to give you a 2-week update on this little one here. So this is little Matilda Jane. She was born on March 6th and she is about 2.5 weeks old at this point. But we did a home birth, so she met with the midwife this past week, and we also took her to the pediatrician for the first time. With Paul, I think I took him to the pediatrician like day 3, but for my postpartum, I decided to wait till 2 weeks to take him to the pediatrician. We didn't have any pressing concerns or anything, so both practitioners saw her. She's doing really great, and she definitely is back at her birth weight. So the last time, let me get my phone so I can give you the actual stats. So when she was born, she was 9 pounds 4 ounces. And when we took her to the doctor, she was 9 pounds 6 ounces. So we're going to go by the doctor's scale. The midwife weighed her when she was born, and the doctor weighed her on his scale. And the scales can be like completely off, I found anyway, even compared to our home scale that we have. So we're going by the pediatrician. So he gave us the green light to go ahead and let her sleep through the night. So I get very lucky and have very sleepy babies. So pretty much she's been sleeping on average 5 to 6 hour stretch at night. We basically feed her, I do the last feeding at 10:30, 11, something like that, and then she'll sleep till either like 5 or 6 a.m., something like that. There are a couple days where she wakes up in between there, which is fine. I'm still feeding her during the day. I shoot for every 2 hours. But if she's having a day where she's like not very much awake in the morning, sometimes I let it go to 3. I have been noticing that she's been having more awake times. She's awake. Yesterday she had a very sleepy day, but usually she's awake about 2 to 3 hours a day, something around there. So she was 20 inches when she was born, and I don't have her head measurement off the top of my head, but but she's a little bit on the larger size. You know, me and my husband are both large, so we have big babies. What else are you doing? She's very good at sleeping. So I have been swaddling her as much as possible because she still has those reflexes where she throws her arms up and it kind of wakes her up. So I've been swaddling her in a really large, stretchy, like cotton swaddle is my favorite, and I just kind of wrap her. I do have some of the hand-me-down swaddles that have like Velcro and stuff. I've not been using those yet. I didn't get rid of them because sometimes I noticed with Paul, I felt like every month we were trying something different to get him to sleep. So this is what's working for now. So at nighttime, I feed her. Well, we change her diaper. I feed her, and I just kind of let her hang out for about 20 minutes. I was putting her vertical here for 20 minutes, and that all of a sudden started waking her up when I was doing that. So she doesn't seem to have, knock on wood, any gas problems like we had with Paul. So I just kind of hold her in my arms and make sure that her head is higher than her tummy to make sure, gravity is working, to make sure that, I'm not holding her the other way to prevent spitting up. And then once I know she's kind of out, then I wrap her and I put her in a little bassinet. There's no pillows or anything in there. And that's kind of by our bedside. We have her in our room. I have no idea how long I'm going to have her in a room. I had Paul in our bedroom in the pack and play up until about 6 months. And that was just more, I needed him there for my mental health. But I seem to be better with this one. So I have no idea how long she's going to be in our room. We have our room completely set up to where there's the changing station. I have the recliner shoved in our room. Her bassinet's in our room. So we don't have to do the shenanigans that I did with Paul, where we'd wake up in our bedroom, walk down the hall to the nursery, change him, feed him, and then I walked him back to our bedroom where the pack and play was. I have no idea why I did that. That was like really stupid now that I think back. All that like walking into different rooms and stuff. So now everything's in our room. Makes more sense. She's doing really good latching. I didn't have any problems with her latching whatsoever. Literally, she came out and latched right on. I did not have that with Paul. I had to like really work to get him to latch. So she's a really good feeder. So I don't have any breastfeeding issues. I don't have any engorgement issues like I did with Paul. Everything seems to be going pretty well, right? She's kind of looking around. Like I said, she's 2.5 weeks old. We haven't given her a full like submersion bath because her her umbilical cord did fall off, I'd say like Tuesday or Wednesday. She was born on a Sunday. It fell off pretty quickly, but there was like still like a little scab and it was like kind of lightly, like barely any blood on it and oohing a little bit. So I don't want to like submerge her till that's like completely healed. It looks pretty much healed now. The pediatrician wasn't worried about it. The midwife said it looked fine. We're just keeping an eye on that, and I've just kind of sponge bath her. When Paul's in the bath, I kind of take her in there, put a bunch of towels on the floor, make sure she's warm, and just kind of like just wipe her down, especially like her tushy area. She's having tons of diapers, tons of diapers. I don't remember what Paul did, but she literally has a poop in every single diaper. I check her. If she's sleeping, you know, sometimes she wears a diaper for like 2 hours, but if she's awake like she kind of is now, I change it hourly. And I'm using the Hello Bella diaper, so they have the little blue line so I can check. Every time I check, it's blue, right? I mean, she's only 2 weeks, so not much is going on. I swaddle her, I wrapped her, I wear her wrapped around the house sometimes, and if we go outside, I wrap her, and she does really well. Every time I put her in the boba wrap, she passes out, so that's nice to have. It's also just nice to be baby free, so I haven't walked around the house too much with her just yet, especially if I can get her to sleep in like the DockATot, or if we're upstairs, I swaddle her and whatnot. I think she's starting to make like eye contact with some things. I can tell that she likes to look out the window. I know at this point she can't see very far, but she likes to look at certain things. She absolutely loves Paul. So whenever Paul is around, she just is fixated on him, which makes total sense because Paul was like obsessed with my belly, constantly talking to my belly. So I think she's very used to his voice. And I think that's really it. She has a 6-week appointment with the midwife and a 2-month appointment with the pediatrician. So she has kind of like a month period of not having to go to a doctor's, which is nice. And I think at the 2-month appointment, that must be when she gets her shots, I'm guessing. I thought there was a 1-month appointment with Paul. I felt like we took Paul to the pediatrician so much, but we must not have. I just wanted to give you a little update on Matilda being 2 weeks old. And here are a bunch of really sweet pictures from the past 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Give this video a thumbs up so I know you like videos like this. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.